Alright, hey you guys, it is TsubakiSwagg, and I'm coming to you with my review of Kagewani episode 2, Ice Fang. And this episode, well, I want to say I did do a first impression on the show. Main reason why I did a first impression, not necessarily because of the storyline, because I was slightly confused, but I mean, they didn't really go into much depth about these creatures or where they came from or anything. They probably never will, because they probably won't know. But one of the reasons why I did do a first impression of the show was because of the animation. The animation looks so freaking, like, it's like art. Like moving art is what it reminds me of, and that was part of the reason why I wanted to review the show, because not just because of the art, but it was a main reason. So yeah, this episode was actually pretty awesome, and it was really intense. I wasn't ready for the intensity that was this episode, but it showed this girl. She became a mountain climber because her dad was a mountain climber and he went missing 6 years prior. So she went up onto the mountain looking for her father. One of the people in the group started to fall to hypothermia, and they were going to go back down the mountain. She was like, we're only 50 meters away from the summit, but they were like, no, we need to leave, blah, blah, blah. So they slept the night, and when she woke up in the morning, they were gone because a creature came and ate them or killed them or whatever the hell it is that they did. But the man who was suffering of hypothermia was actually still alive. So she called a helicopter to come get them, and the monster came up behind her and knocked her out. And that was when, at the beginning, when they showed Bondo talking on the phone, somebody told him that she had been found and she had a lot of injuries from a mountain climb, but she didn't have any clothes on. So going back to where that left off at, she got knocked out and the monster took her down to this like crevice, and down there she found the dead body of her father, which really freaking sucked. I really didn't want that to happen, but I had a really strong feeling that it was going to. But at one point she did have a flashback of her giving her father a little music box, like when he had left 6 years ago. And she was like, whenever you're feeling alone on the snowy mountain, just play this and I'll be there with you, blah, blah, blah. So when she got down there, she heard a noise, and it turns out that her father was actually sitting like next to her with the music box still in his hand. So I mean, that's actually pretty awesome that he was like probably on his dying breath, he was thinking about her because he had the music box in his hand. But it sucks because he passed away, and she did all of this just to find her father, and all those people that were with her got killed. I mean, except for the dude that was suffering from hypothermia. But I mean, that was really sad. I felt really bad for her because she was just like bawling her eyes out. But of course, while all this is happening, the monster came, and she remembered that it didn't see her, or it didn't see the guy that was bundled up because his body temperature was so low. And these creatures seem to hunt by body temperature, which was why they killed all those other people. But it still doesn't explain why it didn't come after her, because her body temperature should have been seen too, because she is still warm. But she took all of her clothes off, which is why they were confused as to why she took her clothes off. She took them off so her body temperature would drop and it wouldn't be able to see her. And at that point, it was staring at her. It could see her, but it didn't register that she was still alive or whatever. So then her music box that her father was still holding went off, and it kicked him down the crevice. But she did manage to get his tag off of his suit. So the helicopter came and saved her, and then Mr. Bondo came to the hospital, and they pretty much told him that she was hallucinating and that these creatures that she was talking about wasn't actually real, blah, blah, blah. But she gave him the tag that had her father's name on it, and I guess he immediately knew that she knew what the fuck she was talking about, and they were just trying to make her out to be crazy because they didn't understand what happened. So this episode was so freaking intense. I thought she was gonna die at one point, but I'm actually really looking forward to seeing what happens next week. I really want to find out what happens with these episodes, because this show was actually pretty awesome, and I'm genuinely looking forward to seeing what happens. So yeah, so as always, please, I would love to hear how you guys felt about this episode. How do you feel about the way things turned out? Are you looking forward to seeing the next episode like I am? So yeah, so as always, please remember to comment, thumbs up, and subscribe. It helps me a whole lot. And this is TsubakiSwagg saying adios.